Hi, I'm Sean from Rain Harvesting, and today we'll look at the installation process for a range of Mozzie Stoppers. Mozzie Stoppers mount to your overflow of your tank and prevent mosquitoes and other pests from getting into the tank through the overflow system. We have a range of different styles of Mozzie Stopper, from the Mozzie Stopper Original to the Easy Clean, the flip out door, and the Advanced with a removable mesh cartridge. Depending on which model you're installing, may help determine where's best to install. We want to install a Mozzie Stopper where you can access it easily for maintenance. And the two typical locations is directly into the overflow fitting, or further down the line, or even at the end of the overflow line. We'll look at those installation locations a little bit later. So first we'll install the Mozzie Stopper Original, but first we'll point out the fact that all of our Mozzie Stoppers on one side have a male fitting or a spigot, and on the other side is a female or a socket fitting. So that's the same on all of the Mozzie Stopper models. The reason being, it depends which overflow fitting you're mounting to. So for example, this one is a socket fitting, so we push the male side of the Mozzie Stopper into place. Or in this tank you can see this is a male fitting or a spigot, so we would use the other side of the Mozzie Stopper to mount onto that one. So first, with the Mozzie Stopper Original, you'll note that both sides are designed to be a push fit only. So we don't use any glue, and the reason is we need to be able to remove this to access the mesh for any periodic cleaning or maintenance. So what we do is we simply just choose the appropriate side to push in and just push that firmly into place. With that there, now this tank is secure. The 0.955mm mesh in there prevents any mosquitoes from getting in. You may also be further directing your overflow water with pipework. So to the other end of that Mozzie Stopper, we can simply push in pipeworks, elbows and fittings into place and take that water where you need to. So if we're installing onto this tank, you can see it's then the female side. We just simply push on into place, and in the same way you can then mount your further pipework. We'll move on to installing the Easy Clean and the Advanced. Now, with both of these models, you may be upgrading from a Mozzie Stopper Original. So if the original is already in place, simply remove it. But you may find, although it's designed to be a push fit, some installers have actually glued it into place, and if that's the case, you may actually need to cut it out. So by removing the Mozzie Stopper that was there, we can now install the upgraded models. The Mozzie Stopper Easy Clean, you'll see, has the hinged flip out cartridge. With that one, plus with the Advanced with its removable mesh cartridge, these are actually glued into place because we can access that mesh for cleaning. So it works the same way with the male and female sides, but simply prime and glue the joints as per the manufacturer's instructions. Just being careful not to use too much glue. You only want to use a little bit, and that stops any glue from running onto the mesh or any areas where we don't want it. We have some channels which help stop that happening, but it's just best practice to use a minimal amount of glue. Before gluing, just do a dry fit and make sure you've got the installation orientation correct. The Easy Clean just needs to be installed with that mesh cartridge opening in the upwards direction. It's just not designed to be opening downwards, as you may get some leaking. So once you're happy with that, just glue that into position, and like with the Mozzie Stopper Original, the other end of the Mozzie Stopper is there for attaching any further pipework or fittings to. With the Mozzie Stopper Advanced, the installation procedure is actually exactly the same as the Easy Clean. We just simply glue and fit the appropriate side into your tank fitting. With the Advanced, where possible, just have this mesh cartridge opening upwards. But with the seal around that cartridge, it's actually also suited to installing into a vertical pipe. So in that instance, we may then first glue an elbow or other fittings into the overflow of the tank, and then we fit the Mozzie Stoppa Advanced into place. But because we're installing in line in a pipe, we're going to need a socket fitting on both sides. So what we have available is a socket-to-socket adapter, which can first be glued onto the male side of the Advanced, and that gives us a socket fitting on both sides now. So we can then glue the Advanced into place on the upper pipe, and then glue the lower pipe into place on the other socket. And that gives you a nice convenient location for removing that mesh for cleaning. With the Mozzie Stoppa Advanced Max Flow, the difference is, first we install the Max Flow adapters. Okay, it's important to note the Max Flow adapters have a line on them, and so does the main body of the Mozzie Stoppa Advanced. So it's important to line those up when you're gluing them into place. So glue the adapters in both sides of the Mozzie Stoppa Advanced first. And as you can see here, with those markings lined up, opposite the mesh cartridge we have a flat bottom. And then the installation process is pretty much the same again. So we can glue the male side into this socket fitting, again with the mesh opening upwards, and we have that flat base ready for the flow of water. The other end's available to attach the rest of your pipework to. Or like with the Mozzie Stoppa Advanced, the Max Flow can also be installed in a vertical pipe, and it's done in exactly the same process. And you'll have one of these socket-to-socket adapters already in the kit to be able to do that. So that's how to install the Mozzie Stoppa range directly or close to the overflow fitting of your tank. Now we'll just jump over and show you quickly what these will look like on the end or further down the line. Okay, now we'll have a look at the installation of the Mozzie Stoppas on the end of your overflow line or in line. First we'll look at the Mozzie Stoppa Original. So it can go on the end of your overflow line, and just remember it's not a glue joint. It's press fit only, so we just push that socket side of the fitting straight onto the overflow pipe. Push fit only so you can remove it for cleaning from time to time. The Mozzie Stoppa Easy Clean has the flip up mesh. It's important to have that opening upwards, and then we glue the socket side onto the end of the line. So that's fine to install on the end of the line. We've got access to the mesh for cleaning. You may also install the Easy Clean inline, and for that you may need the kit with the socket-to-socket adapter, which we glue on, and that allows connection with the remainder of your overflow pipe. So that's the Mozzie Stoppa Easy Clean. Very similar process for the Mozzie Stoppa Advanced. So again, just glue it onto the end of the line using the socket side. Where possible, orient the removable mesh cartridge upwards. And if installing inline, use the socket-to-socket adapter from the kit to allow connection of your remaining overflow line. The Mozzie Stoppa Advanced Max Flow is exactly the same installation as the Advanced. Simply glue the socket side onto the pipe for the end of the line fitting, or installing inline, you glue the socket-to-socket adapter into place, and then glue the rest of your overflow line into the end. Again, just where possible, have that mesh cartridge facing upwards. So that's how to install our range of Mozzie Stoppas. If you'd like more information on the features and benefits of these and all of our other products, please jump onto our website.